close, isn't it, folks? And look at those ones ahead just for New Zealand around the corner of 40 overs.
And Bangladesh won't mind falling a bit behind, just a slight bit behind here now, as long as they have the wickets in hand. And if that run rate pushes up to about 7, they won't be too concerned, just as long as they have those 6 wickets in hand. Anything above that, I think, is going to be a bit of a struggle for the Bangladeshis.
It's all they've got to do like that, really. Now, Nisham was expensive earlier, 3 overs for 20. Somehow he's got to change that. I think you'll find here Bennett. So he has 6. He's got 4. See, he's bowled well there. 6 overs, just 3s, and then Santner at 5 and Patel at 5 as well. Henry, I thought, had been a wee bit more expensive, but just under 5. So there's options there. Not sure whether Anderson will be used or not.
I think what Latham is doing here, he's recognised the 2 guys that are in are probably playing a bit of risk-free stuff at the minute. Potential to just get a couple of overs out of Nisham here and maybe get him in for 1 or 2 and then hold Bennett and the guys back for later on in the innings.
Slower ball. Or a bobble, but Santner does okay. That says peace, and also we've got a good chance. And his side certainly do have. Kept the balance with the knee raised and just brushed it away in the last ball of the Nisham over. 192 for 4. Well, the required rate is still handy for Bangladesh. 79 from 78. Patel. And Shakib is very difficult to keep quiet. He's just finding gaps in the field. Patel won't want that because he'd like to bowl at Shakib, being a left-hander, and Shakib now he's got an idea.
I think it's a nice situation for the batsmen because they know exactly what they have to do. Whereas if they were setting here, you'd be expecting big shots. So they can afford to just knock it around, take their singles.
Just like that from Mushfiqur. And the gaps for the left-hander now. Shakib has just won around that point. There's a little one on the leg side if he gets just too straight. One straight down the ground to long off. He tries to go finer and he beats Bennett on the inside and takes to the short boundary. Clever.
Bowler's not happy. Looks like a thickish outside edge, but he has played it late and opened the face as well, Shakib. Bit of extra pace on that one from the spinner, and it is a thick outside edge, and 4 runs, it runs away to the short boundary.
Yeah, well, the finer it goes, the quicker it runs. Yeah, very important. Broome does that sort of work. He's got cover to his left at long off and to his right at sweeper. So he's just got to go at them, see if he can get there. Yeah, that's him again.
And I think just looking at that, with the pace taken off it, seems to be an awful lot more difficult for the batsman to score. Shakib looking to hit behind square a lot, so Patel taking the pace off makes the batter have to come after him.
Comes down 3 in a row to Broome. And that finishes the 38th over. Nearly 200, 198 for 4. So, good contributions, Tamim and Shabir. And Mushfiqur and Shakib now settling into their work. So about a run a ball. Still Bangladesh's game to lose.
Anya Baji is a blockbuster movie released last year, now inspired by its massive popularity. The spirit of Anya Baji is being carried through into Anya Baji original series, which will be aired on multiple leading TV channels during the coming Eid festival.
Bennett. Oh, it's in the air. Santner getting underneath it, takes the catch. Shakib Ul Hassan, the man looking so easy, has been dismissed by Bennett returning.
And we've just mentioned how effective Bennett has been today. And he's come in, short ball first up. Shakib couldn't help himself, turns it around. Santner made some nice ground and made that look very comfortable. The bowler's very happy, 2 hands in the air. Shakib looked in a lot of control there, but has to go. 19 off 32. Bangladesh, 199 for 5.
after this. This is the last two in the ring. And then the bowlers. Mahmudullah is the new man for Bangladesh with the dismissal of Shakib Al Hassan. Look at that experience. Decent enough average there. But this probably is the last of the recognised batsmen for Bangladesh. So it's an important partnership now. New Zealand have slowly worked their way through, with certainly Shakib looking good until this stroke, which wasn't controlled. Nice height, top edge, not getting enough on it, and Santner doing the rest at fine leg. Oh, they've given it wide.
Just watching Bennett here, it looks like he's gone a bit wider of the crease on that first ball and angled it straight in at the body, which might have done for Shakib there, just that change of pace, angle. Clever bowling from the big man.
Just managed to clamp him up a bit, didn't it? Didn't have room to sort of free the arms enough in the stroke. 200 up. And now a slower one.
As you can see, good approach to the crease from Hamish Bennett. Not as wide there as what he was. Powerful man. Hits the deck nice and hard.
I think he'd be a bouncer too. Nightclub, the front. You know, you're not getting past me. He and Corey Anderson. Yeah, you can see that that line outside off stump, bringing Ross Taylor in, who is really not so much a slip, but more of a sort of third slip perhaps. Very fine gullies, more of a slip than a gully really, but he prevents that run, you know, just outside the off stump, and there's a third man as well to mop up behind him in Santner. So it encourages the bowler to just get into that little fourth stump and fifth stump there. So if you want to run it, you can. Oh, it's full, but it prevents the run. It's one of those sorts of appeals, and I think there's a suggestion there was something on that from the bat. That's umpire Paliagurga at the far end, yeah. I think the angle was going to take it past the leg stump. Don't know whether that's applause or what from the bowl, from the umpire.
I'm not sure if he's applauding his decision or if I think it might have been a bit of bat. He might be signalling to the bowler, but either way, it works well for him. He got it right. That's good from the umpire there.
Last ball, just one from the over. And a good one from Bennett. That's his 7th. He has 1 for 20, 200 for 5. Still advantage Bangladesh. But another wicket, that one turned. Just held up slightly. Thought it was going to be dragged down for a moment. Mushfiqur looked to play it into the leg side and then had to adjust. Bit of bounce too. Now, can they get two? No, they're not even interested.
Mamadullah now coming down to face the spin for the first time. He hasn't got off the mark just yet, but he's faced 4 balls. And he can possibly afford to take another few balls here, but he doesn't want to keep the strike for too long. Mushfiqur, 22 off 23 and scoring quite nicely. You want to be giving him the strike as much as possible. New Zealand bringing in the slip here, sensing maybe a bit of a wicket opportunity.
Well, the runs are just in front of point for him. Square on the offside and square on the leg side. Single to get off strike. Can't do it there. Picks out cover Tom Latham. Just want to go either side of Tom Latham and he'll get a run. Can't get it through there either. Just gets it to straight to point. Just behind. New Zealand need to keep up. Packing these dot balls to build pressure. Floated, and he does slide it through between bowler and cover.
He's taking the pace off that. Tossed it up. Good from the batsman there. Just moving leg side of it. Recognises the gap as that long off and just knocks it down the ground.
Important here if New Zealand can get a dot ball, can they? But no, Mushfiqur, yes they can. So just 2 off that over. 40 overs gone now, just 10 to go, and 202 for 5. So the 40 over stage in this match, and 69 required. Mamadullah just at the crease really. He's taken 7 balls, and it looks as though Corey Anderson is going to bowl the next over to replace Bennett, who's had 7, and I think probably, look at his run rate there, folks, and he's just picked up a wicket, the one of Shakib, and Tom Latham wants to hold him back just in case. He's just got a sense, is it worth giving him another one? That's those are personal things, I think. He's got a feel for it. Here's Corey Anderson. He gets away with one.
I think Bennett's going to be the key for New Zealand here, and the skipper's just holding them back. Latham just holding Bennett back here for crunch time in the game.
So just into the 3rd power play for Bangladesh today. Let's have a look at there. They're in the middle in the white and right along at the right end in game 4. 156 for 4 scored from overs 10 to over 40. And so it's their best right throughout. And New Zealand got 157 for 3 in their 2nd power play today. That's better from Anderson. This run rate shouldn't worry Bangladesh at this stage. 7.1. It's not excessive on a ground like this. I wouldn't think fielders spread. Older ball now, when you get in, like Mushfiqur is, for example, he's looking relatively comfortable. Can't get it through the gap he would like, just to the right of Broom. That's a very nice little stroke. Moving to the offside and exploiting a gap.
And with Corey Anderson coming left arm around here, fine leg is quite wide. Mushfiqur realises that, gets down nice and low, scoops it up over his head, over the keeper's head. Never generally a fielder there, and he knows that. One bounce for four, valuable boundary.
Now a single to finish the over. So 6 from the Corey Anderson 41st over, 208 for 5 Bangladesh. That's a clever stroke from Mushfiqur. He gets back quickly, he decides that's where I'm going to hit the ball. Doesn't matter where it's going to come to me. And I can just hold the shot according to the length of the ball. Shrewd batting in that last over from Mushfiqur.
What I loved about it was the boundary, followed up by the quick single, gets himself down on the strike first ball of the over. He can try to dictate this over, try to score a boundary early off it maybe, or worst case scenario, take a single.
So Patel now for his last over. Oh, he's gone to the left hand and there's a gap there and he's played cleverly again. Just had to get the contact.
This is excellent batting here. He's just took the boundary in the last over, got a single, realised he's got a lot of space there behind square on the offside. And reverse sweeps it beautifully for four. And Bangladesh and Mushfiqur really, really cruising here. Excellent from him.
Just thought for a moment from Patel he might have just slid one through the defences of Mushfiqur. Can New Zealand just put together a few balls against Mamadullah? Can they come in and prevent singles? If he doesn't quite find a gap, even from a defensive shot, don't think he'll want to risk charging down at this stage. And he's just beaten the bowler.
So it's 6 off the over so far, 3 balls. It's just about knocking it around here unless you get something loose to latch onto. Missed out on an opportunity there.
Don't know whether you need to keep thinking about the 6 and over. I'm a great believer in just doing what you can as much with every ball you've got. So you're looking to score off this. Here we are. Mushfiqur's looking for 2. Broome does well.
BBS cables, the only environmentally friendly cables in Bangladesh.
Seven off this over from Patel, so it's been good work from Mushfiqur. Not out, big appeal. Patel disappointed. Goldie Black says no. And 42 overs now in this match, just 8 to go, and it's 215 for 5. Mahmudullah not interested in scoring off that last ball. Mushfiqur will do the facing of the next over. Will they bring him young here? $215 for 5, and Bangladesh still holding the upper hand. Here's Owe Shah, and with him Alan Lewis.
Game interestingly poised, and as Jeremy says, Bangladesh in the box seat here. Strokes that down to long on. You'd like to think with an equation of 7 and over at this stage, 5 wickets in hand, Bangladesh might get one over their New Zealand counterparts here. Oais.
Well, Mushfiqur holds the key. As long as he's at the wicket, I'm fancying Bangladesh. He's in, he's set, he's hitting the ball very well. Just needs someone like Mahmudullah to step up and take the pressure off Mushfiqur by rotating the strike and perhaps latching onto anything that comes along, which is loose.
It's a very good piece of fielding too. Oais by Latham there saved a certain boundary from Mahmudullah.
You can see his strike rate just above 100. He's been ready to improvise as soon as he felt the run rate was climbing up. And he's done very well to get this partnership going since the departure of Shakib.
I've had to eat my words, Oais. Some of these improvised ramps and reverse laps. He's played ever so well. As you say, a strike rate of over 100 at this stage. He holds the key here, really, for Bangladesh. Like such a calm and composed player. And a career strike rate of just under 80, and he's above that today. And that's a measure of where he's come on as a player. And he really is part of the stability of this Bangladesh team. With over 4,000 ODI runs, his reputation is improving, and also Mahmudullah joins the party. Really, with ease, just ramps that away. Very fine for 4.
That's very good batting by Mahmudullah. Not just the shot, but actually it takes the pressure off Mushfiqur here. So now Mushfiqur doesn't feel the pressure of going for the boundaries. Now, Mahmudullah is in on the act. And if these two keep going, I can see Bangladesh getting home easily.
And again, up on his toes. Fantastic batting and a brilliant piece of fielding by Satner on the boundary. He's clearly been New Zealand's best fielder today. His speed across the ground is sensational. And again, when you look at Corey Anderson's figures, really, he's been pretty ineffectual here. There's probably going to be a need for something different at the Walton end. Again, DL in these types of circumstances tell their own stories. 214 with Bangladesh on 224. 10 runs at this stage is a lot. And that is the end of the 43rd with Bangladesh 225 for 5. So the equation there, 46 from 42. In any form of cricket, that would be a very comfortable position to be in. And Shafika, Mahmudullah, two vastly experienced players for Bangladesh. Again, the ability to finish in these situations crucial. You sense that really at this stage, New Zealand need to be taking certainly a one wicket, but if not two, over the course of the next 3 overs, if they're going to have any chance of winning this game. Oh, that's a glorious shot from Mahmudullah, and again, first ball of the over, as Awais says, releases all the pressure for the rest of the over. Just taking one stride down, and fantastic wrists, Mahmudullah. Gets through the ball so well.
Straight out of the top draw, that shot. Gets to the pitch of the ball and lovely flourish off the bat.
Got away with that, Satner. Short ball.
Hatil, the famous permanent brand from Bangladesh, which already has made its presence felt across continents. And this is not the first time Hatil is sponsoring a tournament.
Awais might have something for us here. Certainly something I'm not too sure about Awais, but maybe you might clarify it for us.
Yeah, I might. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought we were not allowed to do the fake slide anymore, to put off the batsman taking off for the second run.
Again, you're in this classical phase with Satner going for a boundary off the first ball. He's striding.
Yeah, that's for people who don't know what I'm talking about. He fake slides pretending to go for the ball, but it's never going to be anywhere near it. I'm not sure whether that's against the spirit of cricket.
And I sense we've just had a vital drop. Latham at extra cover. Satner held it back. We might need to. Oh, and you can clearly see from Latham's body language. That's a chance. That's a chance. Maybe Awais, you'll have a look at this for us.
Certainly a chance, and could that be the match? Bursting through Tom Latham's hands.
Very good over that for Bangladesh. End of the over. They're now 233 for 5. Some humour going on out there with the umpire. What we will never know, unless Stump Mike or anything can possibly tell us, but it certainly brought smiles to a number of the New Zealand players as Hamish Bennett prepares to come back into the attack from the Walton end. And this a good move from New Zealand, perhaps Awais, realistically the last throw of the dice, I would have thought. He's done very well here. His 7 overs only costing 20 runs, but that's not the issue now. It's going to be wickets that New Zealand need.
But he's the man to whom Tom Latham has gone to for control right throughout the game. He's got 3 overs left, Hamish Bennett. Probably wants to try and put the pressure back onto the Bangladeshi batsman. I'm sure Hamish Bennett, with the way the field is set, is going to be banging the ball into the deck. You can see some slower ball bounces being bowled. He'll certainly be reluctant to pitch the ball up.
Again, you're absolutely right, Awais, the way this field is set up. Not a single been looked at. Although, for Mahmudullah, Ross Taylor coming in from deep mid-wicket into an orthodox mid-wicket position. Now New Zealand dropping down, long off. In fact, there was an easy single there. I don't know why there wasn't hesitation. Well to the left of Broome, backward square there.
Last thing Bangladesh need is a run out. They just got to stay calm, try and rotate the strike, and try and take the game deep.
It's often a failing of batting teams. I completely agree with you, Awais. You take the game as deep as you can. There's another fake dive for you, Awais. Hamish Bennett doesn't really seem to have that zip that he had early on. Need a moment of magic here in New Zealand if they're going to win this game. Understandable that. Signal from the square leg umpire there. One for the over.
Yeah, Bennett's got to be careful. He doesn't get too carried away with these tactics. With the way the field is spread, it is a bit for tell for the batsman that he's going to bang the ball in.
Well, it's quite interesting, Oasis, at a similar stage. Bangladesh's tactics were to go full, and they executed wonderfully well at the tail end of New Zealand's innings. Admittedly, different story. 7 and 8 wickets down for New Zealand at that point. And that's easy pickings from Mahmudullah. Hamish Bennett going short again. And you can just sense amongst the Bangladesh supporters here, excitement is growing as their team ventures closer to victory.
Places it beautifully, runs it off the face of the bat. A lot to think about from Hamish Bennett.
I don't know what's wrong with Hamish Bennett here, but a little bit upset. I don't know what he's upset about, really. Looks somewhat better from Hamish Bennett, and there's obviously anger there. But you find many quick bowlers who are happy bunnies all the time, Oasis.
A little bit of frustration for the New Zealand bowler, Hamish Bennett. The umpire having a word.
Again eased into the leg side. Mahmudullah showing the strength of running that first one quickly. Really good running from Bangladesh. End of the 45th, 243 for 5. Here the scorecard there. Bangladesh requiring another 28 from 30 balls. And realistically, you just can't see New Zealand coming back from this. Henry being brought back into the attack. Perhaps there's a last throw of the dice. Nothing in the wickets column today for Matt Henry. Scooped away off his hip by Raheem there.
Well, that's the equation, 27 of 29. Now, if this is a 2020 match, you're always backing the batting team here to win easily.
Although I do remember Bangladesh in an ICC T20 needing 2 or 3 balls and they didn't get there. So, as we know, anything can happen in this game of cricket, but just don't sense today that New Zealand have the equipment to do it. And that's gone to the boundary there. Made away by Mahmudullah. Really, just detect New Zealand body language is such that their destiny is known. Poor ball there from Matt Henry. And easily dispatched backward a square for 4 by Mamadullah. Was quietly and calmly gone to 28 now.
Partnership 49 between these two. And really, Mohamedullah is the one who's come in and took the pressure off Mushfiqur. Made his life a lot easier to be able to just rotate the strike because the boundaries are coming from both ends.
It's again tactically something I think that's more part of the modern game. The expectation of the new batsman in Rahim is the foundation and the stability, and Mamadullah, as you say, always taking the game to the opposition. He's proved over the years to be very good at it.
Played some really good shots, a bit of unorthodox and some power as well.
That's probably the shot of his innings.
Being able to place the ball beautifully when required.
Been clubbed away on the leg side. Again, that's the end of the over, the 46th, 2:49 for 5, Bangladesh. So the equation, 22 required. Now, interesting, Hamish Ben has obviously got an air of frustration about him. That certainly looked wide to me. Maybe a little bit of jockeying of the umpire in the last over, fiddling with his ear. Sorry, I can't hear you. I don't know what it was, but I'm not so sure. And that's absolutely clubbed again. And went mid-on in. It's straight over his head for 4. The inevitable appears nigh. Oace.
Just got it wrong. A little bit too full from Hamish Bennett. Mohamedullah capitalising on it. Full flourish of the bat.
I think one man who'll be very happy within the Bangladesh camp is Courtney Walsh, because his seam bowlers at the end of their innings did a terrific job for their team. Went full. Rubel in particular. 12 balls out of 12 in the block hole. With Taylor scoring heavily was a hell of an achievement. It's amazing how quickly a game can go away from you. But perhaps a moment, and an isolated moment, when the run out came and wickets were tumbling, Santner bowled up wide down the leg side, and you just felt momentum slipping from New Zealand. These are just little moments in a game. But for me, Bangladesh's discipline at the end was vital. At a time when, midway through the New Zealand innings, he certainly felt a score in excess of 300 was on the table. It really looks now as if Bangladesh are cantering. You'd even use the word in horse racing terms, trotting to victory in front of their adoring fans. Oh, and that's gone for 6. Eased away on the leg side by Mamadullah, and he really has provided a huge injection in the last 2 overs, and the end is clearly nigh, with Bangladesh needing 10 for victory here. That's a great shot from Mamadullah, clearing the ropes easily. So, 10 for victory here for Bangladesh, and a rise to 6th in the ODI standings. And it'll be a great fillip for them as they go into the Champions Trophy. And that's the end of the over. 261 for 5, Bangladesh. Well, probably not a good time to be reintroducing former New Zealand captain Jeremy Coney with his fellow countrymen 10 away from defeat here in a thrilling ODI match. Hosted, I think, wonderfully here. Fantastic atmosphere in the ground here today, Jeremy.
It's been a really good day, hasn't it, Alan? I mean, it's felt a bit like kind of Dhaka, I've got to say, because there's been fantastic support from the Bangladesh people. They've supported their side, the other side of the world, really, and there's plenty of them. They've made their presence felt.
Well, as you say, Jeremy, there's just something wonderful about cricket in Asia, and the one singular aspect of it, outside of how they play, is just adoring fans, the noise, the glamour, everything that goes with it. And you can only marvel, as far as I'm concerned, having been to the subcontinent watching cricket, I have to say. I hasten not playing, but it's a wonderful atmosphere to be around a cricket match in.
Well, it shouldn't be forgotten that they've come back from the dead, Alan, really, because today, for most of that first innings, New Zealand were holding the sway. They were in control. And yet, between overs 40 and 44, suddenly 3 wickets went in the New Zealand effort. And in came Rubel, in came Mustafiz, in came Shakib, and nothing really was given to the New Zealand tail end and Taylor. And they've deserved it, and they're hitting everything now. And from that moment onwards, I felt that they have been in charge of this match. New Zealand knew they were under par with the score, but they really couldn't find the performance to back it up, and Bangladesh are deserving winners today.
Well, I think it was typified by that wonder delivery by Shakib to Satner, and 3 balls later, Monroe going, who absolutely pulverised the Irish attack at the tail end of their innings, but to lose momentum players like that at such a vital time left Ross Taylor really in no position to take the game. He had to manage the tail, and that was very difficult, and I just thought Bangladesh's bowling at the end of the innings was wonderful.
Yeah, well, it will be New Zealand's that trophy from their performance earlier on in this tri-series.
Looks a bit like the Bledisloe Cup then, from the top end.
Well, we own that.
You own most trophies.
So 48 gone, 266 for 5, and now just 5 runs required from the last 2 overs of this match. It shouldn't be needed. Both these two players are now well set. Mahmudullah's come in and just raced away to 42 and backed Mushfiqur up.
Jeremy, whenever I watch Hamish Bennett going back to his mark, I wonder, does he actually ever want to bowl? He lumbers back, but certainly early on did a real decent job for his team. He's probably struggled a little bit in the last few overs.
Oh, it's a lovely stroke just for a single. It's interesting in terms of time, actually, that he's able to lumber back. And if you rush through your middle overs and keep pushing, you earn a bit of time. In other words, if you're under pressure in the last 10 overs and you're being hit around, time for a captain to change the field, time also for a bowler to think about where I'd bowl. You know, you earn that time by pushing hard in the field, I think, through those middle overs to earn the time later. It's just, I think, quite a useful tactic.
So looking ahead, Jeremy, Champions Trophy, what would you see as New Zealand's best team?
Oh dear, that could be it. Yes, it is. And Mushfiqur celebrates.
And he certainly does celebrate. There's a big fist bump. And boy, do they deserve their victory today. And it certainly seems to mean a lot to Mushfiqur. He's played beautifully out there today, Jeremy. Calm, composure, skill and guile. And backed up wonderfully by Mahmudullah. As the crowd, who should really be kept off the playing area and should be nowhere near the teams here. But a great victory for Bangladesh today and a wonderful game, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, congratulations, Bangladesh. 2 experienced players, old heads out there at the crease, and that stroke so much in front of square, onto it so quickly. A good stroke to win the match. And Mahmudullah just gets ahead of Mushfiqur, 46, Mushfiqur 45. Both of them at strike rates 100 or over. So it's been a very good partnership of 72 from 62 balls to see their side home.
And certainly too, Jeremy, from an Irish perspective, outside of the disappointment of some of our performances, but to be involved in a series and have a series like this that's been so welcomed by the cricketing public of Ireland, and obviously people, but New Zealanders and Bangladesh people within Ireland. Any of the conversations that I've had around the ground have thoroughly enjoyed the series. Obviously it's been disappointing from an Irish perspective, but certainly from Bangladesh's and New Zealand's point of view, they've probably answered a lot of questions for themselves running into the Champions Trophy. And whilst Bangladesh has a settled look about itself, there's certainly huge competition, I would imagine, within the New Zealand camp, and I'd be very interested in your views moving into the Champions Trophy as what you might see as potentially New Zealand's certainly best 11 moving into that particular tournament, because these games come thick and fast, and obviously with players coming back from the IPL, quality players, Williamson in particular on the batting side of things, but a lot to be gained from this series.
Oh, absolutely. 2 more games to go yet. from New Zealand perspective, warm-up games back in England. Yes, we've been able to introduce a few new players. There's been rotation going on, so. But players like Broom has had a good series, I think, of 4 matches. And I think also Latham has done quite well. He's grown into the role as a captain a little bit further. I think Ronke's generally started the innings quite quickly. So I think New Zealand's top order, there are questions about the openers. Who are they actually going to choose? And then 3, 4, 5, I think, are settled. And then you're getting into the difficult questions for selectors about who are going to be, you know, the opener. Is it going to be Ronke or is it going to be Latham? Or are you going to have some all-rounders? So there's the Bangladesh response to New Zealand, chasing 271. They've got there by 5 wickets and over and just over a half to spare. You can see contributions right from the top. It's Tamim's 6 first ball, and Shabir also 65, and then you saw the experience in the middle order. New Zealand got close. They just needed to push another couple of wickets, and they might have created pressure. Wasn't to be, and so Bangladesh have won this side in the game.
I thought it was quite interesting too. Game changers over the course of this series has been Santner, and he didn't really settle today. And I think in those middle overs, particularly when those little clump of wickets fell, and I thought there was one significant moment after that run out. His next ball was 5 wides, and he just never really settled today. And he's such a pivotal part of this New Zealand team with both bat and ball. And he was undone earlier on by a fantastic delivery by Shakib. And obviously with the ball just never really settled today. I think another interesting point within the New Zealand setup will be the bowler, or the type of bowler who's going to take the ball away from the left-hander. Or should I say that, well, I'm kind of thinking in my own mind, I'm sorry, of Sodhi. And again, I just want to give you confirmation of the result. New Zealand batting first, 270 for 8. And in reply, with over to spare, Bangladesh reaching that total with only 5 wickets down. So Bangladesh win the match by 5 wickets.
So let's have a table for this tri-series. New Zealand win the Walton Tri-Nation ODI series with their 3 wins, 1 loss, 12 points, and then Bangladesh close behind, unfortunately had an abandonment, and then Ireland on 2. So playing 2 matches against each opposition side. That's the result, and it's been a terrific way and finale, I think, today at Clontarf. Good weather, good crowd, and there's Mushfiqur to celebrate the Bangladesh performance today, and we'll be back shortly with the post-match presentation.
Thank you very much, boys.
Yeah, listen up, please. I'll sit down. Choosing Captain David, winning captain Mushraf Mortaza, leading an interview. And that's Mushfiqur, leading an interview. Quality player, leading an interview. Quality player of the series, no interview. Man of the series, David.
Hello, Gav, can you hear me? Okay, cool. Yeah, I can. Can we just keep everything quite calm, please? Thanks. No, I'm just saying, if you do talk, I just want it calm.
Match summary first, please, at the back of it.
What? Anything at all?
2 minutes off.
Sorry, not just the film.
Muhammadullah innings.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's fine.
You're all set, yeah, presentation. Thank you. No filling, no summary.
And then throw to
Summary,
OS.
then throw down.
That's all right, it's fine. No worries. No worries, begin it now. I can. Yeah, and then throw to OS. So the match summary of this Walton Tri-Nation ODI series. This is the final game today, held at Clontarf. New Zealand batted first, and through Latham and Broom and Taylor, they worked themselves into a good position, and then they fell away to just get to 270 for 8. They felt they were short. They were. Bangladesh, through the responses you can see, got to their target in the 49th over and won this match deservedly by 5 wickets. Going to throw down now to O.A. Shah. He's at the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation. I'm joined here by Mr. Likin Sahar, the director of the Walton Group. But firstly, I would like to invite the losing captain, Tom Latham. Where did it go wrong, Tom?
Yeah, look, I think 270 was a good score, and we put them under a little bit of pressure. But credit to Bangladesh, they came out well. They played positively and managed to build partnership after partnership, and credit has to go to them.
Winning the series perfect prep for you going into the Champions Trophy?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different group that we've got here with guys at the IPL. But I think the cricket we've played it's been a good brand. Sort of played 3 good games, and today wasn't our best, but I think we sort of built up a little bit of momentum heading into that Champions Trophy.
Anything in particular you would take away from this series?
I think for us it's about the new guys stepping up and doing roles that they probably haven't done, and obviously, as I said, it's a different look group, and it's great to see depth in New Zealand cricket, and the guys can come in straight away and perform. So I guess that's the most pleasing thing.
Thanks, Tom. Now moving on to the winning captain, Mushraf Murtaza. But before talking to the winning captain, I'm going to ask him to sign the winning ball for Robi Exciter Limited, the #1 digital lifestyle network and the proud sponsor of Bangladesh national cricket team. Robi will hand over this ball to the cricket fans of Bangladesh, so stay tuned to Robi's Facebook page. Congrats on the winning of the game. Nice to end the series.
Yeah, obviously, it's I think was did really well. Obviously, bowling start wasn't that good, but I think in the middle part we bowled really well and tied them up and set up nicely for the batters.
Anything in particular you guys need to improve going into the Champions Trophy?
Yeah, obviously, we dropped so many catches today. Hopefully, we don't do in big stage. And obviously, we batted really well, especially Tamim and Sabir. And we want that they will go through, but today it didn't happen. But in the big stage, obviously, they have to go through there from there.
And you guys go above Sri Lanka in the ICC Champions League, in the rankings. Sorry, what does that mean to you?
It's meant a lot. I mean, we just gradually coming up. Hopefully, team will do well, and still we have too long way to go. And let's see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now moving on to the Walton man of the match, and for his 45 not out and guiding his team home to victory is Mushfiqur Rahman. You're the man for the pressure situations. Do you enjoy those situations?
Yeah, obviously it feels great, alhamdulillah, and I thought the bowlers came back really well in the back end, like 10 overs. I think they really restrict them. Some point we're looking like they will score 300 plus. So I thought all the credit goes to the bowlers. So we need to do well for the bowlers, and we did that.
And happy with your form going into Champions Trophy?
Yeah, overall I thought it's a very good preparation for going to the Champions Trophy, because there will be big teams, and also like New Zealand will be there. So it's a very good feeling for us. But I think there is a couple of areas where we need to improve. But inshallah, I thought all the boys are really cooked up. Hopefully they will come strong in the Champions Trophy.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Now we're going to move on to the quality player of the match, and that's Tom Latham. And he's going to be collecting his award from the CEO of Total Sports Marketing, Mohammed Moinul Haq Chowdhury. And also, Tom, if you hang around, you're also the Walton Man of the Series, and you're going to be collecting your award from Mr. Muhammad Jalal Yunus, the Director and Chairman of Media and Communication of Bangladesh Cricket Board. Now we move on to the Minister of Quality Player of the Series, and for his 7 wickets in the series, including a 4 for 23 versus Ireland, is Mustafizur Rahman. And this award is going to be presented by Mr. M.A. Razak Khan. Well done, Mustafizur. Well done. That's it. No, it's fine. Thank you. Now, next, we move on to the cup presentations, and I would like to invite Tom Latham, the New Zealand captain, to come and receive the Walton Tri-Series trophy presented by Cricket Ireland, President Brian Walsh and Mr. Likin Sahar, Country Director with the Walton Group. Congratulations, New Zealand. And that concludes the presentation ceremony.
Thank you, Aisha. New Zealand now will pose shyly in front of the cameras as they have earned, I think, with their consistency to take this trophy. And just to confirm the result of this tri-series, New Zealand have won this series, 12 points. Bangladesh close behind in second, and then Ireland third. It's been good preparation for the Champions Trophy for New Zealand and Bangladesh, and good for the development of Ireland. I do hope that you've enjoyed the series in Ireland. And from Clontarf, it's goodbye from here.
Мы отечественном эфире. У нас произошли некоторые изменения в таблице за время видео. У нас Сюрин стал задачу 4.